तत्परम्पर्याय विद्महे ज्ञानलिङ्गेश्वराय धीमहि तन्नो गुरुः प्रचोदयात्। ओम योग महर्षि डॉक्टर स्वामी गीतानंद गिरि गुरु महाराज की जय। The Savitri pranayama is one of those foundational practices of the Gitananda yoga tradition, and Swamiji has emphasized the use of this pranayama in virtually all the practices we do. It may be sitting, lying down, standing, and I just thought I'd read out a few words that Swamiji has said in this regard. He says, 20 minutes of this form of breathing. 20 minutes of this form of breathing is as good as the relaxation of 8 hours of sleep. One of the key elements that modulates our immune system is how much good quality sleep we have. And the world is struggling to sleep these days. One of the highest sales is of medicines that enable people to sleep better, because people are not able to sleep. The mind is on an overactive drive. And this is why Swamiji's statement, and this statement is at least 50 years old now and still relevant, more relevant maybe. 20 minutes of this form of breathing, in general the Savitri, is as good as the relaxation of 8 hours of sleep. This could be done in any classical sitting position or while lying down in Shavasana. This is where a separate session I will be working on the benefit of Savitri pranayama in Shavasana. Because in the Gitananda tradition, we never do Shavasana without Savitri pranayama. It's like they go together. So the moment you lie down in Shavasana, Savitri pranayama starts in the Gitananda tradition, because when you do that, you are bringing about the deepest form of relaxation. These days, people market it under the name of Yoga Nidra and all the modern variations on that. That's a lot of good marketing. But basically, the moment you lie down in Shavasana, if you start the Savitri pranayama, straight away your metabolic rate is going to go down. Your basic oxygen consumption is going to go down, which is basically a sign of hypometabolic wakeful state, which is actually the definition of meditation by Benson and others. A wakeful hypometabolic state is how they have defined meditation. So it is hypometabolic. Animals hibernate. It's hypometabolic, but it's not wakeful. It's sleep. In sleep, your metabolism goes down. But here it is a wakeful. And that is why in Shavasana, it is a wakeful hypometabolic state that you are inducing when you add Savitri pranayama to it. He then goes on to say, shorter thalas can be used as a walking exercise. This morning I was trying it out for about 20 minutes, getting in those 3,500 steps in that time on the roof. Couldn't go out for some reasons. And I was trying this out because Swamiji has often advised what today is called walking meditation. Again, marketing. I'm keeping quiet. So you know that's not good. walking meditation is a popular term these days. Yoga Nidra is another popular term these days, and then convert it into other variations as per your market. If you are utilizing Savitri Pranayama and you are walking, you are actually creating a very beautiful synergy between your cardiovascular system and your respiratory system. Cardiorespiratory enhancement is happening. Both your heart and your lungs are starting to work together as they should, yoked together, moving in the same direction. So by bringing together the Savitri Pranayama and walking, you are actually enabling the lungs and the heart to start to have a very healthy relationship, because no use of your heart pumping the blood if it's not properly oxygenated. And what's the use of all your oxygenation if the heart is not pumping it properly? So you need the proper oxygenation, but you also need the proper pumping. So Swamiji has suggested the shorter talas, so like a 4-2 or a 6-3 are quite apt, even 8-4. I have often, when I have been cycling, I've been trying these different talas, and definitely even up to 8-4 is fine. 6-3 is again my favorite. But what it does is it keeps you, if you keep in a 4-2, it sort of keeps the walk a bit brisk. Otherwise, there's a tendency to slow down, because you are like 1, 2, 3, 4, hold 2, out 2, 3, 4, hold 2, in 2, 3, 4, hold 2, out 2, 3, 4, hold 2. It's a good walk. Let's just try it out. Okay, I'll just do it in reverse. You can do it forward. Okay, in 2, 3, 4, hold 2, out 2, 3, 4, hold 2, in 2, 3, 4, hold 2, out 2, 3, 4, hold 2, out 2, 3, 4, hold 2, in 2, 3, 4, hold 2, out 2, 3, 4, hold 2, out 2, 3, 4, hold 2. So see, what you do is that you have a nice brisk walk. You have a nice brisk movement happening. So your brisk movement is happening, your heart is happy, your muscles are happy, and you are bringing in the Savitri Pranayama rhythm into it. This is the way that it has to be brought into your day-to-day life. I recollect a client of mine who used to come when I was in Jipmo, the central government hospital, and he had some issues. And when we tried to work things out, we found that the one good thing he was doing was in the morning, he used to walk basically from where he was to the hospital and back. And this was a good walk of about 5 kilometers. Now the issue is that, he was anyway walking. So all we had to do was add the Savitri Pranayama to his walking. And then he was able to do it. Now, if you say, no, you have to get up and do 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes in the evening, and you have to do this and that, and people say, I cannot do it. So what you do is you have to find space in their life. Now, you have to find space in their life where these practices can come in. So continuing with what Swamiji says, let's see what Swamiji says on this. He says, so the shorter talas can be used as a walking exercise. And then he mentions that this could be used in strolling, in walking, in jogging also. And then he says, with a little discipline and practice, the Savitri Pranayama can be carried on during most daily tasks. So in most of our day-to-day activities, we could bring the different rhythms of the Savitri. So what is happening is, you are making the practice part and parcel of the person's life, which is what yoga should be. Yoga is not something done separate from life. Yoga is life. And that is what Gangster Yogi has to remind you, because Dr. Ananda says it in such a nice, harmonious, peaceful way that you people don't listen. And so now the alter ego has to come. Gangster Yogi has to come and threaten you guys to do what you need to do for your own good. Okay? Yeah. Anyway, he'll come later. He was going to come this morning. I told him to come a bit later. So what Swamiji is reminding us, he says, in this way, pranayama will become a part of your life and you will not easily revert to stifling, disease-creating shallow breath. I love the way Swamiji uses the words. He says, Savitri pranayama becomes part and parcel of your life. In this way, pranayama will become a part of your life and you will not easily revert to stifling, I think it's stifling, disease-creating shallow breath. Disease-creating shallow breath. Just imagine. That is what the world is doing. Shallow breathing. And thousands of years ago, Gorakshanath used to go around India and he used to tell people even in those days that all of you people are such shallow breathers. Come on. Now stop being shallow breathers and become, dirgha shwasis. Dirgha means very deep and, forward thinking. We say dirgha drishti, dirgha darshi, somebody who can see far and deep. Well, similarly, you have to breathe far and deep. And there is a huge amount of benefit the moment you start to do slow, deep breathing as compared to shallow, rapid breathing. That's the norm for most people. So we have been looking at 2, 1, 4, 2, 6, 3, 8, 4, 10, 5 and 12, 6. And remember 12, 6 yesterday was talking about the concept of the senses and, bringing about the highest level of the senses and starting to have good memory and all. In 14.7, Swamiji now talks about the emphasis of this on going on to the mind. Now, yantra enables us to understand the importance of the numbers also. So whenever you see a number popping up in practice, and this is why whenever I see certain numbers, I know they were made up, because you know that it doesn't have that connectivity. Yantra gives a connectivity, so you start to realize, are things connected or not? And it becomes your second nature to sort of just sense it. The number 7 is very much a number of a spiritual plane. So when one is understanding a spiritual plane, the spirituality of life itself, the number 7 comes in. And that is why the number 7 is often an introspective, introvertive type of number, as opposed to say the 8, which is extroverted and expressive. So the 7 is going to have a very much a very, very deep introspective aspect. So when we say 14.7, remember it is the 7th tala. So the 7th tala becoming the 14.7 count. And Swamiji says when we do this, he says the mind and the senses are calmed and that this is an excellent pranayama for pranic meditation. Okay? So the term here he is using is pranic meditation. And please, 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 for God's sake, remember that meditation is not just sitting still with your eyes closed. That is good for you, highly recommended for you, but that is not meditation. Most of the time people are doing imagination. Most of the time when I see what people are doing in the name of meditation, it is a lot of visualization, it's a lot of imagination, a lot of what would be called vikalpa. It's again a chittavritti. Vikalpa is imagination and sometimes it could go into hallucination also. Vikalpa goes into hallucination also. But what is happening is most people think if I sit quietly and I think and I start thinking or telling somebody, imagine you are sitting on the beach and the waves are flowing And the waves come in and the waves go out. Remember, the voice tone has to be like this, okay? The waves come in and the waves go out. And then a beautiful sunrise as the sun starts to come up above the horizon. That beautiful red sun and the light shining off. The beautiful water. The beautiful water reflecting that light into yourself. And people think this is meditation or this is yoga nidra or this is relaxation. This is pure verbal imagery. It's nice. Very nice. Even when I do that, it's very nice. I enjoy it. It's better than going and shouting at everybody all the time. Right? Okay, so it's definitely better than what people are doing. So it calms them down. So they become a better person. So we say, it is so effective. Yeah, it's effective because, it has calmed the person down. But is it meditation? No. Is it relaxation? No. Is it yoga? Nidra? No. Okay, it's nice. I am not against it because it's nice. It's good for people. But it is not what people think it is. Sitting quietly and just having imagery is sitting quietly having imagery. Now, when we are talking about meditation, we are talking about dhyana in yoga. And dhyana, I must remind you, and if you don't listen to this nice guy, I'll call in gangster yogi. He's just waiting around the corner to get at you guys. Dhyana, meditation, is part and parcel of yoga. So let me not catch you saying yoga and meditation, because you have totally, I don't know. What has happened is people have totally taken it away. So you have yoga and meditation, yoga and pranayama. Okay, why not yoga and asana? And they won't do that because asana is yoga for most people. Yoga and meditation. See, what they call meditation, of course, is this imagery. And it is good. There is definitely a role for such practices. Definitely there is a role for it. But let's not confuse it. It is like, extreme contortion is not what yoga is all about. The greatest yoga may be you lying down in bed, for all we know. One of my students yesterday from Delhi gave us a yoga session in bed. I said, if you cannot get out of your bed for yoga, take yoga into your bed with you. If you cannot get out of your bed for yoga, take yoga into your bed with you. So it was not a bad idea. But okay, we need to understand that something is deeper. So when Swamiji uses the word pranic meditation, this is not just another visualization. This is not just another imagery. This is an understanding where you are sitting quietly, you are introspecting, and at that point or moment, you start to experience prana, the life force itself. It is a state of focus on the life force that enables you to become one with the life force. You and prana start to become one. That is the point where it becomes a pranic meditation. A prana dharana becomes a prana dhyana. And okay, maybe we'll also later on conceptualize that a prana samadhi. That is a conceptualization. But prana dharana we can do. We can focus on the prana. How do you focus on the prana? First you have to go into yourself, not outside. You have to go inside yourself. That is why the seventh thala is being used. So the mind and the senses are calmed by this rhythm, an excellent pranayama for pranic meditation. And his Swamiji says the ultimate benefit, the bigger picture is serenity of mind is a byproduct of this rhythm. serenity of mind is a byproduct of this rhythm. Why? Because you have become one with the prana itself. You have become one with the life force itself. In pranayama yoga, it is called santhosham pranayama, the serenity breath. Santhosham pranayama. Swamiji says when you do the 14-7, what is happening is you are becoming one with the life force. And there's a feeling of santosha, serenity, contentment that is manifesting through you. It is at that point that you have understood what is need and what is greed. Amazing practice. Now, as someone asked me yesterday, do we go straight to these ratios? Well, the answer is actually no. The answer is no. The answer is that we need to basically always start at the shorter rhythms and build ourselves up. But then with practice, if you have got to the level where you are comfortable with 14/7, you can actually still go into 14/7. You do not have to each time go back and start with 2-1, 2-1, 4-2, 4-2. It's not like that. It's not like that. Once you're on 7th floor, you can stay on 7th floor if the work is at the 7th floor. But if for some reason you have to go down for something, or you come away from 7th floor, you're going to have to climb up from the bottom of the building. So when we are talking about these pranayamas, we are talking about pranayamas that require great sadhana, great effort. So in order to go for 14/7, what we will do is that we will go back to the 8-4, do a couple of rounds, 10-5 a couple of rounds, 12-6 a couple of rounds, and then come to 14/7 a couple of rounds, just so that we have a pattern. Given more time, and I'm trying to keep this within half an hour so that we are all a bit focused, and so that I don't lose you. It's very easy to lose people when you go over time. So otherwise I would have actually gone back to like a 6-3, but let us start with an 8-4 and we go on with it. So taking up a seated position, Swamiji suggested the Vajrasana for all pranayama, and it has a very beautiful rationale to it. But depending on where you are, I'm just trying to take this forward, so let's take it forward. Breathing out. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. The 8. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Now the 10. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5. Out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5. In 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5. Out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold 2, 3, 4. Next 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5. Next. In 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just sit quietly. Let your natural breathing rhythm come into play. Contemplate the beautiful, harmonious connectivity you have enhanced within yourself. Each of these rhythms adding on to different aspects of our existence. And with the 14-7, we are looking at that beautiful concept of santosha, serenity, contentment, a state where the mind and the senses are controlled, and a state in which, as Swamiji says, the prana dhavana and prana dhyana, a pranic meditation, can manifest. A beautiful state where we and the prana become one. The life force manifests in abundance. That prana manifests in each and every one of the trillions of cells, as it should, harmonizing us as the microcosm with the universal macrocosm. A beautiful sense of oneness pervading our existence. A very beautiful sense of oneness manifesting, even just guiding all of you from distance. I am enjoying it. I may not be breathing when I have to count, but even the count itself is creating a beautiful energy within. Thank you very much for spending your time with me this morning in our continued exploration of Savitri Pranayama. We will take it forward. May that santhosham, that contentment, that serenity manifest through each and every one of us. Hari Om Tat Sat.